I'm really excited today to get to invite Brandon to my YouTube channel to talk about this mystery NFT collection called Jan's Croquet Club. Hi, Brandon.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. So Brandon's a YouTuber that I have been following for quite some time, and he makes really good NFT video, and he provides a lot of great insight. So make sure to follow him. Okay. So the reason we want to talk about Jan's Croquet Club today is that I saw this NFT collection about 2 weeks ago. It was launched in the end of May, right? May 31st. And the mint price was around like 3 ETH. And I saw it goes up and up and up. And one time it even hits like almost 14 ETH. And right now it's gonna stay around like 8 or 9 ETH. But there's like limited information I can find about this collection. So I'm always wondering what this collection about. And I'm really fortunate to meet Brandon, and he happens to be the holder or the owner of this NFT collection. So can you tell us a little bit more about what this collection is about?
Yeah, so I bought in because this guy named Iman Gatsi, he is the creator of the Gens Croquet Club, and his whole thing is he's like a YouTuber. He has like I believe 300,000 subscribers, and what he did was he talks all about business, entrepreneurship, and kind of like the things that are required to be like a gentleman, right? The thing that drew me to this collection was the fact that he understands the value of NFTs, meaning that NFTs, you need to, there needs to be a reason why you wouldn't want to sell your NFT, right? Most NFTs are based off of this greater fool's theory, right? Where we speculate that somebody will buy it higher than what we bought it at. But with the Gens Croquet Club, the whole mentality is that how do you make it so that even if the price 5x, 10x, 20x is, you still don't want to sell because the value you get for holding your NFT is much higher than that. One of the things that really got me into why I decided to really hold on to these is I go through like their Discord. I did a lot of research, and there was this section called introductions. So I spent like quite a few hours like looking through the introductions of who they were, what type of people are holding this. Like they recommend you to write about yourself, etc. And the one thing I really noticed about this project is that, I mean, all the holders are like very, very high net worth, like very wealthy. So it's something where it's like they're here so much to connect with each other versus just buying and selling NFTs to flip.
So it's like getting you like a entrance ticket to like a private club and get to meet those people like mine.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, when you pick an NFT project, it's about the niche that you're picking, kind of like a high school clique.
What do you think is the most valuable thing you can get?
Yeah, so pretty much what they do is they interview each person. It's like an onboarding call for any member, and then they kind of screen everyone that went through for the whitelist, right? So you can either be rejected or accepted. Now, with when you buy on the OpenSea, you actually have to get on a call with one of the founders or one of the mods, and pretty much what they're doing is they're creating this CRM of a database of exactly why you are joining the Gens Croquet Club. What are you looking to get out of it? And
Oh,
personally, I was looking for NFT analysis because for
yeah.
me and my YouTube channel, I want to build like a massive information network.
Mhm.
So with that massive information network, their analysts and what you see here with the unfair edge on the screen, to be able to use their research team and to be able to like have more in-depth knowledge about the NFT worlds, and crypto, metaverse, etc. This is something where I want to join as many of these good alpha communities for the better good of cryptograndy.com.
So this is pretty interesting. Like this is the part we are all interested in. So compared to other alpha channel, like do you think Jen's Croquet Club, they really provide a great insight into what to buy and what's going on with the market.
Yeah. So the thing with the Jen's Croquet Club is that with Iman, right? Like if you go through a bit of his content, you see that he's a very strong storyteller, knows what he's talking about. And these guys are playing with like millions and millions, if not billions of dollars. So the information is a bit more, what's the word? Catered to that area, catered to those specific type of people. Right, we're not like the moment that they lose their credibility, they're shot. So they're not going to be calling like every week the call of the week or whatever. They're looking for very, very strong investments that can multiply millions and millions of dollars, not necessarily like just your like average degen call that a lot of different alpha groups give you.
So one question I have in mind is like, for the alpha like call out, like is it going to be like the expensive one? Because you have to have certain, like you have to be the high net worth to get into this channel, right? To get into this club. So the color making, does it require you to invest a lot? Or because you're saying they may not be calling like
Yeah, so okay,
and so on.
right. So right now, I mean, calls are limited to kind of buy and sell orders, shorts, pretty much what's going on with Ethereum and Bitcoin right now because of the very bearish season. And they are like, there's a lot of different types of analysis that is going on like risk mitigation and where their markers are based off of their analysis, right? So that's for now. And again, this is just the one part and the one part that I'm specifically very interested in for my own project, as well as obviously like the YouTube, like being able to build my own YouTube, etc., how to optimize views, etc. That type of stuff I also get a lot of help with because members in there are actually like specialists and are getting millions and millions of views on YouTube as well.
So I can tell they have successful business in the Web2 area. So they kind of can bring their experience and share with the member in the club. For example, if you want to build a YouTube channel, they may give you some advice on that, or do they do
so there's
advice?
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of advice and help given for the YouTube side as well. I've met like maybe 2 or 3 guys who are very experienced at YouTube, who are doing very, very well and making like 15, 30, 40 grand a month just off of YouTube ad revenue. So it's definitely been a lot of help and insight for when I'm growing my own channel.
So how do you evaluate, like, for example, if you're not doing anything Web3 related, for example, if one doing some business in Web2 area, does that help you? Will I have that kind of advisor? Will that skill be transferable to across all industry?
Yeah, so it depends, right? Like you're going to meet a lot of variety of different people, and that's why they have that introduction channel. So they have the onboarding call to understand who you are and what you're trying to gain, and then they're able to connect you with like-minded people as well as so from like customers as well as colleagues or people that can just help you and you can help them. So it's about how it's about both sides of how you can contribute and how people can contribute to you.
That's cool. That's cool. Sounds like a place you can meet and connect with people. That's maybe beneficial to you. You may be beneficial to them. It's like a mutual thing. Yeah. So can you talk a little bit about what the vault is? I see here, like they listed a lot of utility, and I think you mentioned a few already, like the Unfair Edge is about like their specialist or advisor, and Brotherhood kind of mentioned the connections.
So the Unfair Edge, I mean, that analyst, Iman even specifically said himself, and we can see through his portfolio that he was able to raise from $1 million to $7 million with Q, who is the analyst, right? So he already has a track record of success. Now, when it comes to the vault, that's just kind of like the content bank of information that people are putting into, right? So like the team is putting together all of the different things that you should know. Like, for example, when you have here, you can read the watch investing, fashion, wine and cigar etiquette,
That's
crypto
very
investing, and much
interesting.
more. Yeah. So it's just like kind of, I guess, like they're just like their vault of information for everything that you need to know for the Gents Croquet Club.
Cool. So how often do they update the content?
They just released it, so I believe there's like 4 or 5 videos in there right now.
Okay. So are they for like beginner or expert or like do people really watch
Uh,
those or
it's pretty in depth, actually. Like from the videos that I watched, but they're very, very well done. I must say that they definitely have the right people on the job in order to facilitate the vault.
it's quite interesting. Like kind of teach you how to make money and like teach you how to spend money on good stuff.
Exactly.
Well, on expensive stuff. Well, I don't know. Okay. So I remember the price was 3 ETH. What how do you know about this collection?
2.5, yeah.
How do you know
What?
about this NFT collection?
So I found out about the NFT collection through this channel called the Brett Way, and they did an interview with the Brett Way and Iman, and then it was just kind of in the back of my head. I didn't do the interview, I didn't do any of that type of stuff, and when I found out about it, when I found out it launched, it was at like 3 ETH, and I saw it at 5 ETH, and I was like, oh shit, this has some potential. So we went in. So we bought in. I think we bought like 7 at first, and then bought another 5 because they said that we need 5 each for inner circle. So I ended up we ended up getting 12 total of the NFTs at like 5 ETH, and then some at 10.
What is this inner circle about? Like what can you do in the circle?
I mean, inner circle is more for like I guess the in real life events. So like there's a lot of like yacht party invites or special events, and it is something that is, I guess, just a little bit more exclusive than just owning one of the NFT. So you're in a group with pretty much everyone else that is inner circle, that has that same type of investment as you.
Do you know how many people in the inner circles or
Yeah, so there's probably about like 45 to 50.
that's a lot. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. Do you have any fun story to share with the people there?
I mean, it's only like 2 weeks since
Oh,
we've
yeah, that's
joined in,
true.
so it's yeah. So it's
Getting to
something where
know
it's like
it.
it's quite
Yeah.
new.
Okay, cool. So I know the price right now is really high. Well, for me, it's really high. It's like almost 9 ETH. Do you think there's still a potential, or are you planning on holding it for a long term or?
I like, okay, so pretty much the one thing that I know is that from going through the intro channel, um, I feel like most of these guys don't need to sell. So it's something where the value will just keep going up and up and up as people find out about it, right? So it's something where when you buy in, it's actually quite a safe investment, because if you're like, for it to keep going, for it to go down means that there needs to be a sell-off, it means that people aren't confident in the project and they need to exit. But that's really not the case. So I don't mind holding this for like several years to come, especially with how many connections
Fine.
and value it can bring to my life and my friends' lives, and how it can impact in a positive way.
Mhm.
So like, why do I need to sell?
Okay, so that makes sense because it bring it back to the first point you mentioned about like this is kind of like a diamond hand community. They don't need less money, so they don't have to flip it for profit. And if people don't sell, like the value of the NFT is there, like it won't drop.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So is there any like does this collection has any future plan of expanding the collection, like having launched a sub collection?
Yeah, so pretty much like I mean there is a plan for these avatars, right? So like of course you have the Gents Croquet Club, which is the membership pass, and then each membership pass will be airdropped to avatars, right? It's kind of similar style to Proof Collective with the Moonbirds. And
Yeah.
as you can see with the Moonbirds, Proof Collective went all the way up to like what 100 ETH, and the Moonbirds went up to like 30 ETH each. And those mint prices for the Moonbirds was like 2.5. And the lesson that I learned there was that when you have these very, very high value mints, like like 2.5 ETH mints, and they sell it right away, those type of people aren't in it necessarily for the short flip, because it's not like the point ones or the point twos where people are swayed by the market so much that they sell and they panic sell or panic buy or whatever. I've noticed that a lot of these high mints have been quite successful.
So great. It seems like you have walked us through like most of the utility and what's in the channel. Like, can you access the Discord channel if you don't have an NFT? No,
You
you
have to, it actually, yeah, the only way to get into the Discord is to do the onboarding call by proving that you have an NFT in the website. Crazy.
that's interesting. Like I saw a little bit about like why do I have to take a call like the interviewing call? Is that like to get to know more about the owner? Do people actually get rejected?
So they would get rejected for the whitelist, but you wouldn't get rejected now just buying the NFT. They're just trying to understand why you bought the NFT and how they can help you.
Yeah, I think it's really cool because I like recently I have seen like other NFT project. They're kind of trying to mimic what's happening here in Jones Croquet Club. Like become a private club, you have to be like certain criteria to get in. So I'm really curious how it would goes. But right now the floor price seems pretty stable and in this bear market. We'll see what happens. But thank you, Brandon, for sharing all this wonderful insight with us. And
No
make
problem.
sure to follow Brandon's channel because he knows a lot of great insight because of Jan's Croquet Club. So if you want money to buy the NFT, just follow Brandon's channel. You'll get the same insight. Okay. So thank you, Brandon, for today.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.